Now we unmuted. Now we unmuted.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmuted.
Turn me up now. Now we unmuted. I'm about to be one of the best to ever do it. Sip 7 in the building, you already knew it. Roll on my sleeve, so let's get to it. I'm walking with my purpose, I'm walking in my vision. So that means I'm just a man on this mission. I'm just a comedian that happen beats Christian. So let that beat drop, give them what they missing. Yeah. Now we unmuted. Now we unmuted.
Boys, now I was in the gym one morning and I'm just working out, bro. I'm working out and I start crying in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know, so I'm tripping. So I finish my workout. I leave the gym. I go to the grocery store, bro. I never forget it. I'm in the meat section. I'm buying hamburger. I'm trying to buy some stuff, bro. I'm crying on the meat wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like, I'm like, yo, what's going on? So
What
I'm
type
like,
of crying you was doing? Like you wasn't you wasn't bawling and like that.
bro,
but
I'm starting to break down. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I know women gonna watch this video and when oh my God, he's so sensitive. You know, and you know what I'm saying? Because you know we do that. You will say, oh, I was crying, and really we were just sniffling like a little bit of water.
No, I was crying, bro. It brought up the thought of me being pulled over, then the fact that I got two boys now, bro, and everything that was going on in the world. So that it just came full circle and it was just too much. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let it out, bro. You know, so but that also let me know that I had never really dealt with what happened from that night. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard, bro. Like I think it popping back up in my adulthood was harder than me dealing with it when it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I understand.
So yeah.
Yeah, I understand that because when I saw the George Floyd situation, bro, I cried.
Right.
I literally after the rioting and everything that happened, I remember I watched the video from like 1991. I can't remember the older man's name, but he was like, you know, asking why all the rioting because they tore up his store, messed up his truck, his computer, and he worked so hard to get out. And I lay in the bed and I just boo-hoo, man, because I'm like, I cannot believe that history is repeating itself.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? After watching Rodney King get beat like he did, and I remember that as a kid. Didn't know the capacity of it.
Right.
You know, you remember the O.J. Simpson trial. You remember all that stuff. You remember a lot of stuff. And now to be an adult and see it does affect you differently.
Yeah.
And I had a situation that happened with me with the police. I was at a church convention. Going to get something to eat, left the hotel. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. So getting ready to go to the Waffle House across the street. Walking, I got on a suit, coming from church, bro. I passed by the car. I saw the car because somebody broke into it, glasses all like that. And I'm walking. So the security is all of a sudden start following me. Follow me all the way. And I'm looking back like, okay, he's following me. Okay, I don't know what the reason is.
Right.
Go all the way to the Waffle House, bro. All the way there. I stand in line waiting on it to be served, but it was a long line. So about 15 minutes, I say, you know what? I'm gonna just go back and try something else. I go outside, bro. 9 to 10 police cars is out there. Didn't say anything to me, so I'm walking. As soon as I get to the median, stop right there, put your hands up.
And how old were you at this point?
I was 18. 18. Coming from a saved Pentecostal household.
In a suit.
You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff never happened to us. We saw it, but it never happened. So I'm like, put my hands up for what? So he takes me and puts me in the car. Tells me that I fit the description. Okay, so somebody called y'all and said that a black man with a church suit on broke into this car at a hotel. Right. Are you sure about that?
Right.
Bruh, when I tell you, man, all like the officials at the convention came outside, some of the pastors came out or whatever like that to defend. I'm like, dude, I literally just got out of church, man. Like, what the heck are y'all talking about? This stuff was already done before I even got out of here.
Right.
And that was my first time dealing with police, you know what I'm saying, racial profiling or whatever. So I never knew what that was like until I got 18.
Right.
And it kept happening. So to see you to go through this at 16, I can only imagine what it did to your mind, bro.
Yeah, man.
And you say you didn't talk to your mom about it, right?
I didn't say nothing to nobody about it, bro. Matter of fact, like I think I made up it for like a week. I made up an excuse for why I didn't drive my car to school. I was like, oh, it's broke, it's acting funny. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I was scared. I didn't want to drive the car. How do you feel that affected you going through that at 18? Did it change your perspective on things or what?
I was upset, bro. I was angry. I was angry because they told me that that my profile is going to stay in their system, even though I didn't do anything. And I remember it was a slim white police officer with glasses. Almost got to remind you of police academy to a certain degree.
Uh-huh.
And he said he made an apology after, you know, the people talked to him and stuff like that. I said, man, your apology means nothing to me.
Right.
I mean, my parents finally, you know what I'm saying, getting older and all like that. So I'm getting a chance to get out of state. First time out of state now. First time out of state of Florida. And this happens. So, of course, I had something against police officers. To this day, I still do. Because I know I have friends, brothers that are police officers. I know they're good. And I know they're bad. One night, I'm cooking for my children. Didn't have a roast to follow my chicken, y'all. Didn't have a roast to follow my chicken.
Let's make that clear. Let's make that clear.
So I know the police was across the street to my neighbor's house doing something over there. But I needed some more things to go along with the food. So I get in my car and I head down the street. I see the police officer leave my neighbor's house and gets behind me and follows me. Turn on his lights. I pull over to a gas station. And he gets out and says, hey, you know, I pulled you over because your light is it. I say, you put me up because my light is it. Yeah, your light. I say, sir, I just saw you at my neighbor's house. And then when I got in my car, you got right behind me. I said, what's the real reason you put him over? He said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want to ask you some questions. I'm like, dude, from right then, I'm like, you guys are sleazy. And I looked at his face and I told him, I said, these are the reasons why we don't trust y'all.
Right.
You ought to see now why you guys are recorded, why you're on video. And this was around like 2016, 2017 when this happened. I'm like, dude, you can actually leave your house and not come back to your sons, not come back to your daughters, not come back to your children, your family, just because some cop has a power struggle and want to push that power struggle on you and want to F up your life.
Bruh, and it's crazy that so it happens so frequently and repeatedly. So like I said, and the same thing, I did a series called Untold Stories of Black Men, which I still do when I can find Black men to tell their stories. Because what I found is certain things are just so traumatizing. We don't want to revisit that stuff, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I first posted my story, I had so many guys hitting me up like, man, the same thing happened to me and my cousin, this and that, like exact same MO. You know what I'm saying? And then it happened to me again in a different situation. I remember at one point I had 150 gallon saltwater tank, right? Used to love fish. I'm a Pisces. So it was a certain, certain place I had to go to get these fish. So my grandmother was in the car with me this day. And so she sat in the car. I remember pulling in the parking lot, seeing a police officer way in the back of the parking lot. It's like radar now. I see him. I don't miss him. I tell you that much. Right. So I just see him. I'm like, okay, I go in the store, I get my fish. I pull out the parking lot. He starts to pull out the parking lot with me. I get pulled over. Right. He tells me he's pulling me over because of my tent. My windows were down. You know, I'm like, I know this would have been something different had he come to that window and not seen that and I'm not had my grandmother in the car. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he ended up giving me a ticket for my tent, but I'm like, bro, my windows were down. Like, yes, was it dark? Yes, it was dark tent, but they were down. That don't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense at all.
So you saw my back window and you like, yeah, I need to pull him over. You know, it's like, it's like I wasn't even in, you know, certain cars are just hood cars.
Right.
Mercury, Crown Vics, Box Chevy, Cutlass, all of that. Yeah. And they definitely target those. I was in a Mazda 6. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, and the fact that this stuff, it's a thing. It reoccurs. So many people say that it happened, bro. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy that people, it's like the same MO, man. And it's very disappointing. And it's a struggle for me. And I try to, you know, because kids have such a see the world through rose-colored lenses. And it's like, I don't want to grow my boys too quickly, but at the same time, I need them to know that people see them differently.
All right, so that raises this question. What age do you start talking to your kids about that?
Man, I'm still trying to figure this out. You know, I think, honestly, because I don't want to steal their joy of the world. You know what I'm saying? But I think whenever that first incident happens with a child at school or something like that,
Yeah.
I drop little pieces here and there. You know, I don't want to do too much. I'm like, yo, some people not gonna like you just because, you know, or whatever. But I think whenever that first incident happens, I think that's when I'm gonna really break it down, because you know it's coming one way or another.
It's gonna come.
Right. It's unfortunate.
One thing about us is that we look at everything as that, and everything is not that.
Mm-hmm.
You just have like a situation where a kid just don't like a kid just because,
Mm-hmm.
or jealousy or something like that. Don't have to necessarily be
Right.
the color of the skin, but because we've been so traumatized with it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We go to that first.
Mm-hmm.
We go to that first. Oh, the race card. Well, you got to understand our history. We've been bothered with from the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Since the beginning of time. I mean, to be legitimately scared in your own skin. Why does my skin fear you? But we don't have a history of doing anything to you.
Right.
You got a history of doing something to us.
Right.
I don't understand that.
And
Hey, what's up, everybody? This your boy Sim 7, man. Thank you for watching this interview. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting on this channel. I really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click that button right down there. Don't wait till your homeboy blow up. You wait. Go ahead and participate and become part of the Unmuted family. We greatly appreciate it. We work very hard to bring you good content and stories that you probably never heard of before, and a little something to make you think about the Lord a little bit and laugh a little bit. All right, guys. Like, click, share, comment. Don't text me. Put it right there in the comments. Sim 7 out.